Right, leaving off where I left off, I'll just do a quick recap. Kids these days don't get enough knowledge about smoking, vaping, what it could do in the future, and the detrimental effect it can have on a ripple effect on people around you, and it's really detrimental to what could actually happen in the future of your life if you are not basically strong enough to never pick up that cigarette or never pick up that vape. If you have, my advice was put it down and stop, because you never know what's around the corner. I'm trying to get this across because I've always been quite a fit, healthy individual. I've always gone to the gym. I've always had quite a good physique. I've always been able to run quite far. I've always felt energetic, alive, working hard, 9 hours a day, being as a stonemason, so it's a hard physical job. I could always cope with it. For 25 years, I was happy doing it, didn't have a problem. And then recently, slowly, about 2 years ago, my body started trying to tell me I couldn't get out of bed, and I couldn't move around as easily, I wasn't as energetic, and it was affecting my mental health, as in I was making excuses for myself, as in why is my mind not allowing me to get out of bed and go to work and do this type of stuff. And it was quite confusing to me because I've always picked myself up, gone to work, and never had a problem with working hard, very, very hard, and then going straight to the gym afterwards, doing a gym session, going home, eating my tea, having a good night's sleep, and then straight back to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. And that was my life for a long, long time, until I started to feel like I couldn't do it. And I was blaming it on my age, because I'm now 41. This happened 2 years ago, so I'd have been 39. I started to think, what's going on? I can't get out of bed as easily. When I'm working, I can't work as hard. I can't work as fast. I completely left going to the gym because I just couldn't handle going to the gym after work, because work was hard enough in itself, and I wasn't getting paid to go to the gym, so work came first, to put food on the table and to make sure my kids and my family and everybody could eat. So that's the first chapter, and I left it because I'm stubborn. I left it and thought, I'm going to get over this. It's just a bit of depression. I'm just feeling a bit low and down. I'm going to get over this. So I carried on smoking, carried on my normal lifestyle, carried on having a few pints here and there, not really considering the fact that there could actually be something wrong, and I'm more ignoring the fact and trying to beat it. And it wasn't until 2 years later someone said to me, what's wrong with your voice? And I said, well, what do you mean? I didn't notice there was anything wrong with my voice, you know? It was like, he'd say, yeah, it's something like croaky. I said, it's just, just does that sometimes. And I was fobbing it off, basically, thinking, I'll get better, might be a little sore throat or might be something like that. Over time, this just got worse and worse and worse, until it wasn't coming back every now and then. It was constant, struggling to get my words out. And it was my children, and my present girlfriend that forced me to go and say, look, there's something wrong, this isn't right, you've got to go and see the doctor and see what's going on, because you don't sound like yourself, you sound different. So out of respect, I went to the doctor to get reviewed and see if there was anything wrong. At this point, I wasn't really worried, or I didn't really have an issue. I just thought it was a long-standing sore throat. But the doctor checked me, said it was sore and red down my throat. They put a torch down there. They then referred me to a specialist group in Guernsey, and they booked me in to have a camera. The camera pushed down my throat to see if there was anything going on or what was wrong. In that appointment, I found out that there was a blockage, some type of blockage in my throat. They couldn't exactly see what it was. They said there is some kind of growth or blockage in your throat. So I was like, right, okay. And I came straight out and I said, well, is it serious, or is it they said, yes, it's something that needs to be looked into a lot deeper. So we are going to refer you to the hospital for a biopsy operation to take a bit away. If anyone knows what biopsy is, they may do. Take a bit away, test it, and see what it is. I went for the operation. Everything went fine. I came out, and then I also was booked in for a scan at that point. So I went to my scan appointment, and they did an MRI scan, and put contrast in my body to see if there was anything else going on or what the actual problem was. And I then re-met my surgeon a week later or so, and he dropped the news that I had throat cancer, and it was from the larynx, from the voice box, and on my left vocal cord. And it had grown. I'd left it far too long. I had ignored it stubbornly far too long. It had grown through my voice box, through my neck, and through the outside cartilage that's in the inside of your neck. And it's ended up about 4.5 centimetres across. So that would explain why the pressure on my voice box was creating the croaky voice and the not be able to speak. From that time, it's gone from, actually today I'm speaking quite well, because I've been put on some painkillers because my throat was in such pain I couldn't even talk. I had to whisper because any vibrations on my voice box felt like a kitchen knife was being rammed down my neck. And it was so uncomfortable. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything at that point because it was so painful. I couldn't bring myself to eat. I couldn't bring myself to drink. I couldn't bring myself to swallow, talk. It just got horrendous. It still is horrendous now, but they've got me on managed pain medication now, so it's allowing me to speak a little bit better, without having to struggle. It still hurts, but I can talk. This is why I'm doing this video, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it. I've got My operation was then fast-tracked. I was then told I was in ICU for my operation within 14 days to have a laryngectomy, which is, if people don't know what laryngectomy is, it's a removal of my voice box and the surrounding voice cords and the cartilage on the side of my neck that shapes your gullet that you swallow with and your windpipe. So that's happening on the 20th, and I will be going in surgery, and then I'm going to have to learn to talk again, eat again, drink again, and basically change my whole lifestyle I've been living for 25 years, and change it to live healthy, to eat healthy, keep my immune system healthy, and it's basically a whole lifestyle change I'm going to have to now create, because of my selfishness at the start of my life, when I didn't listen to all the people that were telling me that smoking kills and smoking may give you cancer. I didn't listen. I thought I knew best, so I started smoking. I carried on smoking, and now I'm paying for the consequences. So my advice to anyone out there that thinks about smoking, any youngsters that are smoking right now, that have just started smoking, or vaping, vaping's no better. Vaping's just exactly the same, if not worse, because we have no clue of where that ends. So my advice is to put them cigarettes and vapes down now, because they're not going to do you any favours. There is no positives to that behaviour. Yeah, you might look cool in front of your mates. Your mates might be doing it and you might think you're going to be fine. But you'll be fine until it happens to you. And then everybody, not just you, but everybody around you that loves you, then suffers as well because of your selfish behaviour. It is a horrible drug, a very addictive drug, and then once you've started, it is very hard to give up. If you haven't started, don't start. If you've started, work now to put them down and stop and find something else to do with your life. Yeah, fill that time with something else, something positive. Cigarettes and vapes, they might look cool, but not one, they waste money. Two, they stink. Three, what is the point? There is no point to it. Yeah? And it's one of those things you don't realise until it happens to you, but you've got to realise now, before it happens. Yeah, you've got to realise now. When someone tells you not to do it, they're not telling you because they want to ruin your fun. They're not telling you because that's what parents do, because they don't want you to do it because they don't do it, or, even if they do it, they don't want you to do it because they're telling you not to do it because of what it's done to them, or, So, please, my message to anybody out there that is smoking, still smoking, or vaping, please, do a favour to your family, to your friends, to everybody that loves and cares about you. Put those things down and change your life. And change your life now. Thank you for listening.